How do you feel about the whole toxic masculinity wave?
In my opinion, of hot, sexy girl, hot woman, you know what I mean? That wants a punk. And when I mean by a punk, I mean by like someone that doesn't carry themselves with the true nature of who they are. Nah.
You know, could you explain how you have that much fortitude and why that's important as an artist?
I'm gonna sound mad corny.
It's all right. Go ahead, man.
It's because of my mom.
I love it. You know, I do the things I do because of my mom as well, so go ahead.
Honestly, my mom is just such an outgoing woman.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Yo, we're gonna do a movie. I didn't promote it. It was already done.
But it's true, right? Like, people want to say what they want to do, say what they want to do, say what they want to do. And all that time that you're saying what you want to do, you're not taking the time to do it.
You're not doing it. You're not putting in the work.
And the part of the reason is because it's going to be awkward, right? A part of the reason is because people don't want to face that uncomfortability, right?
Yes, Let's not forget, Ago's a music artist. He'll be performing his song Charming, which I really love.
She looking like she wanna smile, she a girl that frown. I see a lady profound, hold on right now. Come here, B, look. She make her mama so proud, she'll make a story alright. I feel it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Angel of Words podcast. I am your host, Angel of Words, and today we're going to learn why it's important to work with producers from other countries if you can. Number two, why it's important to have your own recording equipment as a music artist. And number three, the importance of cross-marketing. Don't forget, folks, the podcast today is sponsored by OTW Threads, Be Out of This World, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. If you want those photos, those fire photos, go on to @AngelOfWordsENT because you'll see a bunch of photos while our other sponsor, BJS Photography, who's always on point. And shout out to the homie Curtis Holmes and his book, Eyes of the Soul. Folks, get your podcast done. Do a dope podcast in just one day. We have the training videos right now available. Just click the links in the description below. And we also have where you can purchase the equipment that you need to start your own dope podcast in just one day. Below, go get it. Now on deck on the Angel of Words podcast, we have a very special friend of the podcast, music artist. Ago is in the building. Hello, my guy. It's so crazy.
Angel, thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Of course. You know, it's funny because we just came to chill and my podcast is scheduled for tomorrow.
We didn't expect this to happen.
Scheduled for tomorrow, not today. So Ago was in the building just to see what's going on because you also have your own podcast. Go check it out. So yeah. It's on YouTube and on all podcast platforms, correct?
No, just YouTube for now.
Okay, just YouTube for now. Okay.
And I'm also trying to get onto Rumble. My problem is really wanting to choose the right outlet because I know that there's Buzzsprout and there's different outlets to put your podcast onto different streaming platforms.
You need to take my training, please.
Please
watch it because you can put them all on all those platforms just through Anchor alone.
And I've heard of Anchor.
Now they call it Spotify for podcasters. That's what it's called now. That's the official name. Right. You put it in through Spotify for podcasters, and they'll distribute it to all those podcasting platforms.
I've been wondering because I feel like YouTube, out of all the streaming platforms, is going to pay you the most residual.
No, it's not. Because Spotify for podcasters pays you right away.
But you right away. But no, the amount that you're getting back in comparison to YouTube views.
But the thing is, you have to reach that. You have to reach that level,
right?
When you reach that level as a Spotify podcaster per se, you're already getting paid boku bucks, man.
Right. And for me, I'm still on a climb, you know, if I'm being honest with myself. So I need to see what is going to work with me, what is going to work with the people, what are the people going to like, what are the people not going to like. That's where I'm at right now in terms of music. In terms of podcasting, I definitely got a lot more to learn. I just have this intense feeling of wanting to interact with these individuals because I feel like they have something to say, whether people agree with it or not. And I feel like that conversation alone is powerful. And that's why I've been wanting to do this podcast. So I have different people on of different backgrounds, different perspectives, just to really show to the world, look, hey, God created all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where my seed comes from, I guess, for why I want to create a podcast. But I definitely understand that I have
you created
a lot more
the
to learn.
podcast already, man. Well, you know, take the training videos, my guy. You're here right now. You're a friend of the program.
I appreciate
you know what I'm
it.
saying? Like, after you leave here today, your podcast should change overnight.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what you need to do. You know, we had the conversations behind the scenes.
Right.
Folks, you know, we're always available too if you need podcasting advice because, you know, we might not be getting crazy numbers, but, you know, with all due respect, I believe in what I do. And I know that I do what I do with the least amount of resources. You know what I mean? I don't have a machine backing me. I was never a popular person in pop culture to begin with. Like, I came in this with no resources and been able to put out a good product. And I'm gonna make sure that you go that route as well. And everybody else, start your own dope podcast in just one day. And Ago will be performing today. Let's not forget, Ago is a music artist. He'll be performing his song "Charming," which I really love. It's a very sexy, a lot of sexual innuendo song. But yo, he's the type of dude that'll just sneak up on you. So you definitely got to go check that out. After the program, definitely, you know, he'll be performing Charming. Now, I want to go into like the fact you go to other producers overseas for your music. When did you start doing that?
Well, because of social media, right? And now we are able to connect with so many different people. So for me, it was a simple reel. A reel got me interested in a producer. Like this dude, he goes by David Linhoff.
Explain by you mean, man, that you dropped a reel of your
music? No.
So
Not even my own reel. He dropped a reel of him like, I got this beat. Can you spit on it? And I'm like, I'm listening to the beat. And I'm like, oh, shit. This is fire. I reached out to him. He responded. We kept in touch. We kept communication. Our business agreement is basically I pay him a certain amount of money per month, and I get access to all his beats, get unlimited rights to all his beats. I'm able to, you know, publish and get 100% back. And he does a mix and master a month for free as well. And I think that's like a smart move for producers to make.
What do you mean by that, though? So you can register the song, right, with the Library of Congress. You can put it in through distributions and register through whatever distribution channels that you're using. And you get 100% of whatever profit you make. You don't have to break them off at all as long as you're paying him. But what happens if you stop paying him monthly?
The songs that I have already released are, that's it. They're my songs.
Free game.
And then anything that I haven't that's his.
Interesting. Oh,
yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea because, you know, if you think about it, producers, they are working with artists who also don't have that much money to be working with in the beginning. If you can leverage your music, your beats to artists that really are inspired by it and give them a budget plan that gives them a certain amount of income per month, it will inspire the producers to create the content that artists need to create their content if they're not making their own beats. You know?
Okay.
I think it is a very interesting concept. I'm not sure if many producers are doing it, but yeah.
Now, and so what happens after that? Like, you know, you obviously love the music, and now he mixes and masters one song a month. do you believe in his music? Like, you know, because a lot of artists will be like, I don't want to mess with nobody that's not American, you know, especially here in America, you know, we think that we're the best at everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, you haven't had any issues. It's been cool, like, you know what I mean, working with him. Like, what's that process been like?
Well,
and the communication as well.
Okay. Yeah, the communication is real easy. He, you know, gave me his contact information from WhatsApp. So we, you know, we have end-to-end encryption. So we could just talk right there, easy. I could keep in touch with him, and any single time, like let's say if I send him a song, right, that I recorded in my house, because I have my own recording equipment in my crib.
Yeah.
And I send him what I have, I'll get that back in like a day or two, you know? Real quick.
So the turnaround time is quick.
Quick.
But is it quality?
It is quality, but that's all right, so now we're gonna get into why I even work with this other guy. He's from London, and honestly, this guy, all right, you know how some producers, they create really great beats, right? But then there's other producers that they're flexing with the mix and master.
Well, they're composers in a sense. They're creating music. It's a song, not just a beat. I don't, you know, with all due respect, like, you know, I come from a place where, you know, Star Trek, you know what I'm saying? You know, we'll discuss some and what we've been doing with him later on. But, you know, Star Trek, you know, the co-producer of this program is a person that constructs songs. It's not just a beat. There's a bridge.
Right.
There's, you know, every single instrument is hitting on that wavelength and everything is giving you an emotion. Like, he understands the value of frequency. That's a producer to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? You out there making beat. I can go make a beat on fucking GarageBand right now with all due respect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I know the concept.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and no disrespect to y'all, but like, you know, there's a difference between a music composer, a music producer, and a person that just makes beats.
Right. So what I feel like I gain from the guy that makes beats is that I truly am passionate about the type of beats and quality that he brings.
Yeah.
But then there are certain songs that personally I feel like are hits. And when I personally feel like a song is a hit, then I send that song to the other engineer from London, shout out Supreme. This guy, you can hear the difference between a mastered song that he flexed and then a mastered song that the other producer flexed. And it's not to bash on it. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's some producers that when they do their mix and master, yes, they will bring the voice out in the artist and make sure that everything's balanced well, so the audio comes out smooth. And that's great. I feel like that's the initial start. Everyone should be doing that, right? But then there's others that make it sound like something that a DJ would play in a club.
Well, if I'm an artist, I'm gonna be honest with you, my G. If I'm an artist, I'm only doing that.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to be doing, because, you know, the Spotify algorithm, and a lot of people don't know this, if your music isn't at a certain level, audio-wise, they're not gonna push it, dude.
Right.
They're not. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that. And they're out here just, you know what I'm saying? Like, with all due respect, doing a mix. They're not mastering their music. They're just mixing it and putting it out there.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not going to work for you, because it's not going to hit the algorithm. They're not going to push that music, bro.
It's true. I do feel like there are moments, though, as an artist, I'm not sure if other artists out here can agree, but when you start making music, you start making a lot of music. Once you get in tune, but then you start looking back and you're like, this song's alright, this song's good. This song, you start becoming more real with this shit. You know, you start saying like, oh, okay, this gets people moving in a way. This makes people feel a certain thing. This gets people to say, oh shit, what are you about to say next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This, like, that is something that you only obtain in time and understand within yourself. I think there are moments in time that people can channel their frequency once they clear out disturbance. You have to clear out disturbance in your mind. If you're not in line and in check with yourself, everything that you're gonna produce is just bullshit.
I liken this to this, right? Scientists, they perform experiments under controlled atmospheres. An artist, an artist is a scientist of art. You know what I'm saying? So they need, I think you work better when you're in a controlled space. You know what I mean? I just think that just makes sense overall. So I get where you're coming from that. And you also purchased all your own equipment, and you're recording your audio from your home studio as well to help speed up the process in a sense, correct?
Right. So I use Logic, and I have a TLM 103 mic, which I would say is one of the best mics. Shout out Richie K, who put me on to what type of equipment I get. He's a rapper from Brooklyn that honestly has been a homie with me since college and always held it down. And honestly, the setup that I have is real simple. I have the TLM 103 mic. I have the Apollo Solo interface.
That Apollo is serious.
That Apollo is serious.
That Apollo is serious.
Yeah, it works really good. It makes a gigantic difference. And I just used Logic. And that's what I've been using so far, just to get my music in audio files, and then I'm able to send it over to the producers.
That's fire.
Yeah,
man.
But I do feel that, one thing that I'm not going to say regret, but I guess, fuck it, regret is not taking more time to learn producing, to learn the audio aspect. I feel like it would change the entire way I look at music.
Well, I mean, it would change the music and also your podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because you could, you those same things that you learn with music, you could apply to the podcast as well.
True. It's true. Just the entire experience.
And you're using Logic to record your vocals anyway.
Right.
You could use Logic to edit your vocals on for your podcast as well.
See, I didn't even know, to be honest, with my podcast, I just use the audio that I got from, and I should explain, I have different types of equipment that I use for my podcast. I don't use different, like mics like these. These are really nice mics.
Yeah.
The mics that I have are...
But you got valid lapels, using Rode lapels. You're not using bullshit lapels.
Nah. It's cool, but it definitely... There's a difference. There's a crispness to speaking into these mics that there are in my mics. I feel like the only reason why I have the mics how I have them is just I like the personability of the conversation without feeling like I need to speak into a mic. But I'm not gonna lie, this is fire. I really like it. It does. I hear it.
But I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna send you a template that'll, and if anybody is listening right now, I'll send you the template as well. As long as you sign up to the Create Your Own Dope Podcast in Just One Day, I'll send you the template that comes with the training situation where you just put your audio in there and it'll fucking really smooth it out, bro, and bring it to another level.
That's another thing that we should probably tap into and have that conversation. It's cool because I met Angel Words out at this event where he was...
The Come Up shows. And shout out to everybody that I met there. I met you, dude. That was like at the beginning of the music podcast,
right?
You know what I mean? Like literally in the infancy of the transition of the pivoting, right? And I was invited there by one of my former guests, Jason Lee or whatever. And, I also met another one of my former guests there, Casey Devaya, who, she throws the Come Up award show. Okay. You know what I mean? So I was there because they had invited me. It was my first time ever because I wasn't going out. I don't go out. It was my first time going out ever, and I met you there. And I had just done Sammy the Barber, who ended up being your barber.
Yeah.
That was so fucking crazy.
For real. I think that there's
Shout out to Sammy Cuts.
Cutsavelli, you heard?
Cutsavelli, the Cuts God.
The Cuts God. This man is honestly, and when I say this man, Angel Words, is honestly a person that is for the people in many ways. Many, many ways. There are few people that I come across that are truly about what they say in the simplest of forms. But you are that, bro. And I appreciate you tremendously for allowing me to be a part of the trailer for Off the Wall. Coming in over here and sharing experiences, telling me certain tools that will guide me through this experience that I'm venturing in with podcasting. And I really do appreciate you, man.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you just being open-minded. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's really hard for me to have conversations with people on a substantial basis because I see a lot of what we call in the Puerto Rican world disparateroism, which means a lot of bullshit coming out and I'm not seeing the work being done. Like, don't tell me what you do. Tell me what you've done. You know what I'm saying? And with all due respect, man, like, I don't move like that. Like, if I'm going to tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Yo, we're going to do a movie. I didn't promote it. It was already done. You know what I'm saying?
Can I cut you real quick?
Go ahead.
Because you just said it. I got a homie. His name is Brendan Gunshin, and he goes by B Guns. Sorry for giving you government, bro. But he also has a podcast called Already Done. And I think that name is very, very good because it's true, right? Like, people want to say what they want to do, say what they want to do, say what they want to do. And all that time that you're saying what you want to do, you're not taking the time to do it.
You're not doing it. You're not putting in the work.
And the part of the reason is because it's going to be awkward, right? A part of the reason is because people don't want to face that uncomfortability, right? But the only people who are successful in life have faced uncomfortability.
Bro, I'm uncomfortable on a perpetual basis, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm under the gun, like, you know, and for just one quick example. The week that, you know, of the Puerto Rican week where I was putting out Mark Rain and all the stuff that we did for the Puerto Rican week, that same week, my whole system crashed.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to, you know, and what did I do? I didn't go crazy. I had to troubleshoot the situation, do the best that I could, bro. But it's like you said, but I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable all the time. I always think something's gonna go wrong. I'm always worried about something. And during that whole interim, I gotta get the trailer out. I gotta work on the trailer for Off the Wall. And thank you, because he plays a pivotal role in this trailer. And shout out to everyone from the bottom of my heart who showed up. We invited 50 people, only 8 showed up, I think. How many? 8 showed up. Joe
10.
came last minute as well. 10 showed up. And your friend Joe was one of the 10 that showed up last minute because, you know, we didn't have people show up. And, you know, thank you. You know what I mean? I understand that the other people didn't show up. You know, they had their excuses. And, you know, my bad. I hope you're doing well in life. You know what I mean? But thank you so much to the people that were able to make it because we made magic in a day.
Sincerely.
Sincere.
I got the chance to view it. Yo, let me just say that, wow, like, out of all the takes that we've done that day, you really found the best takes. You made it look really seamless.
Yeah, man. You know, thank you so much. You know, there's a lot of work yet to be done on that project because, you know, we want to do everything professionally, and it takes a lot of work especially when you're in the movie business. You know what I'm saying? And you're in the movie spectrum. And a lot of people, you know, because I'm new. So a lot of people don't, you know, they don't know. They're like, what the hell's going on? And there's a lot going on, guys. Like, you know, I mentioned to you before and on socials, like Angel Words Entertainment is a different deal. You know what I mean? We're not just a music podcast. This is just a beautiful thing that we want to bring to the people. But thank you, brother, because you showed up, and thank you so much for really having an open ear, having an open mind, and, you know, and we've become friends, man, throughout this process. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate it. And that's the beauty of being in this space and meeting genuine people, because you work, man. You know what I'm saying? I saw your studio. You have your podcast set up as well. Like, you're not out here bullshitting.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And I know it ain't easy because we got to pay our bills. We live in New York. This is the hardest place to live if you don't have a parents or someone that's backing you financially. Right. When you're living by yourself, when you're financing your own dreams, and you also have to spend 50 hours working for somebody else, people don't understand the type of shit I do. You know what I'm saying? The type of shit you do. The type of shit that everybody out there that has a 9-to-5 chasing a dream is doing. It's a hard balancing act. You know what I mean? And I respect you so much because I know that you do the same shit, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I think that what you bring up is really just something that everyone should acknowledge, that we all have to live this life. Life is not necessarily easy for most people, you know? And for the people that life isn't easy for, and you're still wanting to strive for something, yo, that shows that you have compassion, that you're passionate about what you do, that you really are inclined and care for it as if it were a child or if it were something that you just love. To be honest with you, you know, some people are caught up in, oh, how are they gonna feel about me and this and that and this. Who gives a fuck?
Real talk.
Who gives a fuck?
Real
if
talk.
you really love it, it will just be like,
Yeah. Real talk.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll just pass through you because it's just what it is. And now if you want to advance in it, you'll see the critiques and dismiss the hate. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll analyze what information is helping you and what information isn't. And not all information is going to be tickling your fancy or coddling you.
Right.
Nobody in life is going to fucking coddle you.
Exactly.
Bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me tell you something. My co-producer shitted on me for the first 3.5 years of my podcast. You know what I mean? You'll be like, yo, Ainge, but why are you listening to him? Like, yo, he's not even, you know, like, I mean, he's not, you know, like, you'll be like, yo, he's not even out there as much as you're out there. No, because I know he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, they may not have the numbers, but they know what they're talking about.
It's true.
And you need to differentiate those that know what they're talking about, those people that have put in the work, that have put in the research, and those people that are out there just bullshitting, because I have zero tolerance for bullshit.
It's true. You have to also, I feel like artists, I feel like individual that's wanting to carry themselves in business.
Yes.
You have to acknowledge what's going to work. What's going to work?
Yeah.
As simple as that. What's going to work? Does this work for you? Does it work for other people? You know? And just being honest with yourself. Definitely.
Yeah, are you comfortable within the space that you're in? And, you know, you feel like you're going against your personality?
Right.
Because that's another thing as an artist. Some artists, you know, they're portraying something that's nowhere near their personality. Now, are you comfortable with this being your alter ego? Or is this just an act that you can't keep up for a long time because that you will get exposed eventually?
That's a fact. I also always felt that way about my music. Like, I felt like I always really was me. You know what I mean? There was moments in time that I felt like I was hurt by situations or I felt good about situations, but it was an emotion. And that's usually what carried out every single song that I've ever created. Emotion.
And you have a lot of songs, man. You have a lot of content. You've been out there on the train station. Let me tell you something. One thing that I respect about this artist the most, out of a lot of artists that I've met throughout the time that I've been doing this at this moment, and obviously throughout the time that I've been behind the scenes that nobody ever knows about because, you know, I never documented any of it on social media or on camera anywhere. You've gone out on trains and performed. You've brought out your speaker, you know, to perform on the train, to perform in Times Square. You are a fearless artist, man. Like, you really have no, like, qualms about being seen in public.
Nah.
You know, could you explain how you have that much fortitude and why that's important as an artist?
I'm gonna sound mad corny.
It's all right. Go ahead, man.
It's because of my mom.
I love it. You know, I do the things I do because of my mom as well. So go ahead, man.
Honestly, my mom is just such an outgoing woman. Like, even if, let's say when we first came to this country, I'm from Venezuela, right? When we first came to this country, she didn't know much English, right? But she was still able to just communicate with people so well. And it's because of her outgoing personality. And I feel like I got that from her. I also feel like I've been in situations where I had to use that, you know, to translate for her or just to do me, just to get me into places, get me into zones. I feel like I connect with people well because I'm not trying to really get anything from them. I'm just trying to enjoy their time. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I really do enjoy people's time. What I get from them is pieces of their mindset, you know, the good parts that I agree with, you know, the moments where I'm just like, if there are any moments that I'm just like feeling a little, damn, like I didn't do that before, but I should have. and then I see it from someone else, that disturbance gives me a check. It's like God is checking me, you know? And I take that. So what I see in other people is something that I would love to see in myself, you know?
You're very existential, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really look at things from not only your own point of view, but from an existential point of view, from an outside point of view, man. Have you always been like that, man? And has that helped you with your musical career?
I don't know if it's helped or hindered. if I'm being honest.
Yeah, explain.
There's a moment that I had in college where I felt an overload of information. And it was too much. And shout out my homie Nick Jenkins, because he was the only white dude, that took the time to just talk to me. And I was bugging out because there was just so much of the world that I was learning and too much that I didn't know. And it was just happening so fast. And I think that those moments of going too deep in, let's say, a rabbit hole, it doesn't help. Doesn't help you, doesn't help the future, doesn't help anyone. What does help is laughter. What does help is passion. What does help is now. You know what I mean? I think that people get caught up in rabbit holes of a lot of things, including myself, because I've been there so many times.
I've been in the rabbit hole of Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate lately. It's been crazy. How do you feel about the whole toxic masculinity wave coming back and, like, you know, men trying to, take back their mantle as like, yo, you know, if you're a woman and you want a strong man, like, this is what a strong man is going to behave like. What do you think about that?
I think people are like magicians. So even though they might be saying a lot of things, you have to separate what is being said to grab your attention and what is being done for real. You don't know these people. You don't know them from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
You just so happen to see a video that was like, oh, I really like what this guy said, or, yo, he looks ripped, or whatever it is that attracted you to the video to be like, what does this person has to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it could remind them of something that they've thought and never said verbally. You know, there's a lot of things that can attract someone to a video and make them want to feed into their conception of how they view the world. But who even knows if that's actually how they live? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting to the whole toxic masculinity, let's be real. There's no hot, in my opinion, of hot, sexy girl, hot woman, you know what I mean, that wants a punk. And when I mean by a punk, I mean by like someone that doesn't carry themselves with the true nature of who they are. You know? A lot of females that I know that are very attractive, that are very beautiful inside and out, and that's my own opinion. You know, that's my own opinion of beauty. No one could take that from me. What I see those women like is strong, mentally assertive men. And not assertive in the sense that, come here, but assertive with their true thought, with their true nature, with their ability to say what they feel and, you know, definitely try to say it in a smooth way, but in a way that's honest. Women truly do love honesty, but it's just the way you deliver it, right?
Yeah.
You know? But that's what I find in my music. That's what I find in the relationships that I have. It's based out of honesty. There's some people in my past that maybe they don't like me, they don't hate me, they hate me, whatever the case might be. But you can never say I wasn't honest with you. Never. And that's the thing that I feel like no matter what, God kept with me in order to survive. You know?
And you're not coming from an easy place, bro. Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a tough spot, man. You know what I mean? Especially now with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm sure that, you know, you understand, you know, what it is to grind, what it is to struggle, what it is to, you know, to really be a human being. And I respect your thoughts on that, on everything that you just said.
Because, I have a lot of perspective.
Yeah.
I have a lot of perspective. When I came to this country, I came here at 3 years old. My mom married again when I was around 5. My stepfather is a white man from America. And a white man from America showed me how to speak English, showed me how to do math, showed me how to understand situations for what they are. I grew up with a lot of perspective, a lot of things that maybe people wouldn't understand because they've never taken the time to understand it. But I really do love that man. He is my father. You know, my actual father, not my father. You know what I mean?
You know, I want to discuss this really quickly because, you know, a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest with you, me personally, I've always had a battle. You know, I'm the age that I am. I don't have children. I have a lot of trepidation about being a stepfather, but I know so many great stepfathers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, you know, if you're a woman that has a child looking for a relationship, I don't know. I mean, I think that the ladies that I've seen like have great relationships with their stepfather, where like you're calling your stepfather your real dad. You're not the only person that I know like that. Even in my family, I have a few that do the same thing as well. But those women had a femininity about them that doesn't exist in this 2023 realm with all these single mothers. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, you have to try to maintain a sense of femininity. Even though you have to, unfortunately, take care of this child by yourself, but try not to lose that femininity. And I think that, you know, that's a lot of the qualms that a lot of people are having. You know what I mean? Oh, like, you know, I could do this myself. I don't need nobody. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, in life, you could do things yourself.
Right.
But to have an experience, like you've had a great experience with a stepfather.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and that's not unique to just yourself. And I think that could happen more if women just start opening themselves up more to that feminine energy.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. You have to be vulnerable, you know? That definitely could have been south. But I do also feel like my mom definitely, I feel like a lot of people do, but like my mom definitely can see a person for who they truly are.
Judgment. She has great judgment as a person. Okay.
She does. And I don't know, she also gives people the benefit of the doubt, you know? She's the type of person that instilled in me that if you see somebody really sad in the street, to give them a smile. You know, she would be the type to say, you don't know how that smile could change their day on some shit, you know?
She's a wonderful woman.
She is, like, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah. My mom is the best.
That's beautiful, man. You know what I mean? You know, I think that a lot of females should have a conversation with mom. And I don't think enough females have conversations with women of that caliber, such as your mom, such as my mom. You know, my mother's also a stepmom herself. Oh, you know what I'm saying? She raised my two older sisters don't come from her, but we spend a lot of time together, you know, and she was with them all the time. So, you know, it's a very interesting dynamic, you know. Now, by the way, folks, this podcast I didn't even mention the sponsors. God bless you all. OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world. Attitude on 10.com, your place to get over your trauma, build resilience. Go get them photos at BJS Photography. Every single guest of the Angel of Words podcast gets a special discount. And if you want to build your own podcast in just one day, a dope podcast in just one day, click the link in the description below. It won't harm you, baby. It'll help you achieve what you need to achieve. What's the worst thing that you hate about music?
Oof. The worst thing I hate about music. That's actually a really hard question. What exactly?
Just like what annoys you? What's your pet peeve? Let's say that. Let's not say hate. What's your pet peeve about being in the music game?
Pet peeve. I don't know. I really don't. I guess the only thing that I don't like about the music industry is the fake shit.
What do you mean by the fake shit, sir?
The fake shit that, like, I don't know. I feel like when you go to certain events or you go to like a certain, like, I don't know, if you go to an open mic or whatever the case might be, is like some people do rock with it because they really rock with your shit. And then there's like, I don't know, like there's always cliques that just happen. You know what I mean? Like, I guess everywhere, you know? But I guess also when the material is good enough, it breaks through everything, you know? It breaks through all the cliques, breaks through everything, breaks through everyone's perception. What is it? What is it that gets it to a place where everyone could vibe? I guess that's what I'm chasing. You know, as an artist.
So you get mad when people get clicky and they're like telling, "Oh yeah, it was great," and then like they separate from like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, I just don't like. I guess I never really like clicky based shit. In high school, I'd be cool with like a bunch of different people. You know what I mean? I just felt like, I don't know. I don't like the whole.
Well, people don't like to step outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah, but I've been moving my whole entire life, so I've always had to step out of my comfort zone. You know, I've always been moving from Venezuela. I literally have moved probably like 20 times in my life.
Plus, people don't like confrontation.
Yeah,
that's another thing too. So you know,
that's true.
The truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't like confrontation. You know what I mean? I thrive on confrontation. I enjoy it.
I think it's necessary, yo. Like confront your shit. Confront your shit.
Like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you if you like, you know. And I've lost a lot of resources along the way, and it's like, yo, like I'm sorry, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. This is how I do shit. You don't like it. I don't like what the fuck you did. I'm letting you know what time it is. Period. That's it. Something I could do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Bro. I'm gonna lose sleep if I don't keep it real with you, though.
Right. Exactly. And that's the type of people you need to have around in your life. If not, you literally will be living in delusion. I like that shit that Russ said. Russ was like, you kind of need to be delusional to be an artist, to believe in yourself in that aspect. But I think there's also a measurement, right? You have to be delusional to a certain point, right? You know,
you can be delusional and self-aware. The two things aren't mutually exclusive, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The brain is, people act like our brains aren't capable of processing different forms of information at the same possible time and coming up with two separate conclusions, but that also makes sense, you know, derived from the same kind of situation. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, we're smarter than we think we are, bro, but we don't show it. It's fucking terrible.
And we're dumber than we think we are.
But that's part of being self-aware, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saying that statement right there is part of being self-aware. You know what I mean? Don't be taking shit too seriously, bro. It's crazy.
Yo, can I ask you, what's your deal with why an elephant? Why this stone? Why the Eiffel Tower?
All right, so really quickly, this is a desert rose, right?
Desert rose.
This is a white light crystal. That I have a lot of people coming in and out of the studio. I want to make sure that everybody leaves with the same energy they came in here with, and that it's not transferring over to me.
Nice.
My energy's on even though I feel like I try to have positive energy, but I just want to keep everybody's energy in the same energy space.
Your mom fucks with stones too?
No, actually, our sponsor, AttitudeOnSend.com. She's the ultimate crystal healer, baby. Go check her out. Naisha D. Feliciano. You know what I mean? But that wasn't given to me by her. That was given to me by another friend of mine who he was also into crystals as well. Nation Di Feliciano Attitude on 10 explained the meaning of this crystal to me, but he gave that to me as a gift because he lives in the indigenous place, Aguascalientes, Mexico, where this desert rose is indigenous to. So that's how I got this one. Then he also brought me this because he likes to bring me stuff. He brought me all of this from when I started my podcast. He was the first person I interviewed. And he was like, yo, bro, you need this setup because this is my favorite city. This is my favorite city, because I grew up here. And then this is just an elephant, he's like, you always need something from Asia. And the elephant with his back turned to you is always a good luck symbol, keeps good energy as well.
So. By the way, this wasn't planned. I was going to definitely bring you a gift. I wanted like when we did the podcast.
Yeah, but we didn't know we were doing podcasts today.
It's
all good, so don't worry about it. I got you. Yeah.
But I really do. I had something in mind.
But the gift is your presence. Thank you,
bro.
Sir, man. Appreciate you being here, man, for sure. Now, definitely, it's a great conversation. But don't worry, man. You can give me the gift next time, man.
Yes,
I'm sure there'll be other interviews moving forward. We're planning on it. Plus, we got the off the wall. It's gonna be a lot of stuff.
I can't wait for that. Seriously.
Yeah. Stay tuned to that, folks. My man Ago is Ago in the movie, Ago in real life. You know what I mean? He's Ago Ramirez, the ultimate tennis player. You know what I'm saying?
That actually works.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty lit. Well, Ago.
Yes,
we reached the point in the podcast where it's time to play.
Let's do it.
5 words with Angel. Now, on 5 words with Angel, I'm going to give you a word, phrase, or a question. You're going to give me the first word that comes to your head. Are you ready?
Okay.
The first word is Venezuela. What comes to your head when you think Venezuela?
Mi patria querida. No, mi patria querida.
Mi patria querida. I love that. Yeah. The next word is Astoria.
Home.
Nice. Okay. The third word is home studio.
Life.
Nice. All right. The fourth word is tundra.
My love. That's my love right there.
You gotta check out this guy's dog. It weighs more than him. It's unbelievable.
She's a Cane Corso. She's my love. That's my love right there.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
And the fifth and final word on 5 words with Angel is mom. What do you think about when you think about
mom? I feel like I also have to say life.
Life.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's true.
I feel like I also have to say life. Everything I owe to my mom. You know what I mean?
No, for sure, man. Moms are everything, man. So glad that you have a great relationship with her, man.
Yeah.
And I hope that if you don't have a great relationship with your parents, it's never too late to fix it, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they weren't cut out to be parents. Some of them were. Some of them wanted you. Some of them didn't. But at the end of the day, we're stuck with who we have. Let's work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck with that OD.
Real talk.
Fuck with that OD.
You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? You sabe. Now, my guy, could you give a message to anybody out there that wants to be an artist? That's your camera right there.
Okay.
Hit it.
Listen, you want to be an artist? You really do? All right. Well, let's see then. Let's see if you really want to be an artist after everyone tells you you don't sound good or they don't fuck with it or whatever the case might be. Don't allow for other people to block what you truly love. If you truly love it, if you really love being an artist, you really love making music, you're going to get better. And it's going to get better and better and better and better and better. So that's my message for artists.
Real quick, you have a tattoo on you. Is that Pi 3.14?
Yeah, I was born on Pi Day.
What the hell is that?
Pi Day 3.14.
Oh, you were born on 3/14?
Yeah, March 14th.
Pisces?
Yeah.
Lit in the building. I got that shit is crazy. Yeah. 3.11.
It's very subtle.
Like, I'm such a geek, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny. I like numbers.
Oh, real quick, where can we find you, baby? Where can we find the podcast, the music? Let them know, baby, before we end the podcast today.
It's actually really simple. Ago, AGO, the number 2, Mars with a Z at the end. That's what you could put on YouTube. You could find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. But right there, you can find my Instagram, link in bio. You can find everything, my music and everything.
Alrighty, man.
Yeah.
That was a go.
Yes,
He's
sir.
about to perform Charming, so stay tuned to that.
Yeah, hey.
Thank you so much for pulling up, my guy. You're off the wall coming soon. You'll catch his debut as an actor.
You
know what I'm saying? You know, whatever music artists come through here, I'm putting them in the actor realm in case that music shit don't work out. You already know. I ain't playing around. Every single person in that movie was an artist.
Yeah. Yeah,
period.
That's true. That's true.
Of some kind, word.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a close friend of mine, you know what I mean? So, everyone, don't forget, man, to subscribe to the channel. We're on YouTube and all podcast platforms. We fuck with the Spotify as well. You know what I'm saying? So holla at us there. Shout out to the sponsors, OTW Threads, Be Out of This World, AttitudeOn10.com, your place to get over your trauma and build resilience. BJS Photographies, go get that photo, baby. Go get those photos. Start your own podcast in just one day. Click the links in the bio below. We also have the equipment that you need to start your own podcast. Shout out to Curtis Holmes, the creator of Off the Wall. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to everything that's going on there. And you can look forward to everything that's going on there at Angel of Words ENT on all podcast platforms, all social media platforms. My bad. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Te quiero, Puerto Rico. Santa Isabel. Live from the Angel of Words Studios, performing Charming, we have Venezuela's bad boy, a go.
Yes.
Scotty.
Yes. Listeners, you can't go wrong. Are y'all ready? I'm here to show you something. She looking like she wanna smile. See a girl that frown. I see a lady profile. Hold on right now. Come here, P. Look, she make her mama so proud. She'll make a story alright. I feel it right now. On our own side, she break it down in the middle of the night. You see a girl too high. I see a lady that's down. She with me right now. It's a menage right now. With her body, mind, and spirit never getting living with my body in it. Got the super liquor and her body brilliant. Oh my Lord, her mama savior. Learned so much from women, got me thinking different, making new positions, but classes remain the same, simply complex. Maze or labyrinth, I guess we should understand by the end of the day. I'll let you stay if you let me stay. It's reciprocal. If you didn't know, I'm here to let you remember the name, a girl. She looking like she wanna smile. See a girl that frown. I see a lady profile. Hold on right now. Come here, P. Look, she make her mama so proud. She'll make a story alright. I feel it right now. On her own side, she break it down in the middle of the night. Ayy, she looking like she wanna smile. See a girl that frown. I see a lady profile. Hold on right now. Come here, P. Look, she make her mama so proud. She'll make a story alright. I feel it right now. On her own side, she break it down in the middle of the night. If she the Everglades, I'm protecting every shade. If she castaway, I'm the coconut. She the open up, just hold on to. Looking through the peephole, who knew? Just a mission to find a vision. If you ain't looking, I'll be guiding. Shorty, step 1, 2, 1, 2 with your hips. You know the flow that goes on and on forevermore. You know the feeling though. The break the flow and shake the ceiling hoe. Don't care your preference of living. A spade, a hoe, a trick. Ain't a magician, but I know this. We all got an instinct. Respectively, know yours before you get lost in your own shit. Got a main and minute size. Ain't picking no side beside mine. Took a while, but I found mine. Motherfucker, I feel ya. Still looking, but you ain't found. You should be looking when what you say is true. It is how it is for what it is. Conspicuous messages, unteaching for the kids. Living it like they think they free. That was me ago. You already know I grew my suit. Don't stop moving, girl. Yeah, listen. You know I'm in the state. She looking like she wanna smile. You see a girl that frown. I see a lady profile. Hold on right now. Come here, P. Look, she make her mama so proud. She'll make a story alright. I feel it right now. On her own side, she break it down in the middle of the night. Ayy, she looking like she wanna smile. I see a girl that frown. I see a lady profound. On her own right now. Come here, P. Look, she make her mama so proud. She'll make a story alright. I feel it right now. On her own side, she break it down in the middle of the night.
Thank you. Angel of Words. Thank you so much.
Break it down in the middle of the night. That was the Venezuelan bad boy. I got from off the wall. Stay tuned to that craziness. Yo, follow him on all the DSPs, me on all the podcast platforms. Te quiero, Puerto Rico. Santa Isabel. Vámonos, Venezuela.